When young Aiden was just 1 year old, he suffered a terrible accident that left him paralyzed. His mother, filled with little hope, immediately burst into tears when she saw what this dog did. Aiden, an adorable and healthy 1 year old baby, was the source of immense joy for his single mother, Sarah. In their small world, every moment together was a treasure. However, their happy little family was about to experience a horrific accident that would change their lives forever. One morning, while Sarah was busy in the kitchen making breakfast, she let Aiden play in the sitting room where she could keep an eye on him. Everything was fine until the busy mom stepped outside for only a brief second to take out the trash. Nothing should have gone wrong, but she returned to a scene of absolute chaos. Her heart sank when she entered the room. There on the floor lay Aiden, who had innocently climbed one of the high couches and fallen hard. Sarah quickly cradled him in her arms, singing and apologizing, but his cries persisted. As a mother, she sensed something different in his cries, an intuition that whispered a deeper concern. Dismissing it as mere anxiety, she focused on comforting Aiden, unaware that the fall was much worse than she could have imagined. She administered some pain-relieving meds to the boy and worked hard to comfort him. Despite her efforts, Aiden continued to cry. That was when the realization set in: something was terribly wrong. As she looked closer, she noticed something unusual. Aiden was unable to move his left arm and leg. When he kicked or reached out for her, his left limbs lay completely still. When she attempted to give him some water, his mouth couldn't open properly either. Panic gripped her as she realized that the fall had inflicted serious damage. Sarah couldn't hold back the tears, but she knew this was not the time to sit and cry. She had to take action. Pushing down her panic, she rushed out of the house with her child in her arms and raced to the hospital. There, the doctor carefully examined Aiden, and with each passing minute, Sarah felt her heart sink. When the diagnosis was finally revealed, it delivered a harsh reality. Some nerves in Aiden's body had been crushed by his vertebrae during the fall, and now he was paralyzed on the left side of his body. Unfortunately, the doctors weren't able to tell her whether her son would regain strength and mobility in that side of his body. The news hit Sarah like a sudden storm, and tears began to well up in her eyes. Aiden, innocent and unaware of the seriousness of his condition, looked at his mother, oblivious to the situation he was in. Sarah was devastated but refused to succumb to despair. With newfound strength, she embraced the role of a resilient mother. The journey toward recovery would be arduous, filled with therapy sessions, medical consultations, and emotional turmoil, but she was confident that they could do it together. Despite the many days of rigorous therapy and treatments, Aiden remained unresponsive to the medical interventions. He was still a happy and lovely boy, but he was paralyzed nonetheless. The routine of therapy sessions, doctor visits, and the desperate hope for improvement seemed futile, and the weight of helplessness bore heavily on Sarah's shoulders. The painful truth ate away at her soul. She missed the times when Aiden, so full of energy and joy, would dash up to her, excited to share his toys in those little moments that made motherhood a delight. But now it looked like her precious boy would never walk again, let alone run. Sarah couldn't shake the persistent guilt that she should have been there to prevent the accident. The burden of responsibility weighed on her, and she blamed herself for not safeguarding Aiden that fateful day. At work, Rachel, one of Sarah's colleagues, couldn't ignore the persistent sadness in her friend's demeanor. Concerned, she reached out to her, gently prodding until Sarah reluctantly opened up about Aiden's situation and the emotional toll it had taken on her. As she poured out her heart, Rachel listened with empathy until a possible solution materialized in her mind. She was an avid animal lover and knew that pets could be of immense help to their owners. So, she proposed the idea of getting an emotional support pet for Aiden, specifically recommending a Labrador. She had amazing experiences with them and knew many who did too. Sarah was not accustomed to having pets in the house and was very hesitant. However, Rachel stressed the potential benefits and convinced her of the positive impact an emotional support animal could have on Aiden's recovery. She emphasized how a lively pet could bring joy and companionship, especially for a child who loved to play and explore but was limited in his movements. As Sarah contemplated the idea, weighing the potential benefits against her fears, she remembered her unwavering commitment to do anything to help her son. With resolve building within her, she decided to take a chance. After all, Aiden had not been responding positively to traditional treatments and therapies. Determined to explore every avenue, Sarah committed to visiting an animal shelter the next day, hoping to find a pet dog that could bring a positive change to Aiden's life. With little experience in handling dogs, Sarah spent the night conducting thorough research. She delved into the intricacies of dog care, their dietary needs, and general information about their behavior. As she read heartwarming stories from other dog owners, her apprehension began to transform into hope. The testimonials painted a picture of loving and caring dogs, inspiring her to fully embrace the idea of introducing a canine companion into her son's life. The next morning, Sarah took a decisive step in her search for an emotional support dog for Aiden. She called up the nearest animal shelter, expressing her wish to adopt a dog. She was clear about needing a companion for her sick son, someone who could offer the emotional support he required. The staff at the animal care center responded positively, assuring her that they had various pet dogs available. After looking at pictures and videos of the dogs, they recommended Bailey, a Labrador, confidently stating that he would be the perfect companion and emotional support for Aiden. Convinced, Sarah completed the process and eagerly awaited Bailey's arrival at her home. Soon enough, Bailey the Labrador was delivered to her doorstep. As she laid eyes on him for the first time, she never expected to feel an instant connection with an animal. However, what surprised her even more was the immediate bond that formed between Bailey and Aiden. It was as if the dog sensed the needs of the young boy and acted accordingly. His gaze never wavered from Aiden, establishing a connection that transcended the boundaries of words. Witnessing this heartwarming scene, Sarah felt a wave of emotion. Bailey had not just entered their home, he had become a new member of the family. The sight of the Labrador's unwavering attention toward her son warmed Sarah's heart, filling her with hope and gratitude. The bond between Bailey and Aiden seemed to hold the promise of a brighter future, an emotional support that went beyond what words could express. As Bailey settled into their home, Sarah observed the profound impact he had on her son. Bailey became a constant presence by Aiden's side, providing comfort and companionship. The Labrador's gentle demeanor and intuitive understanding of the boy's needs created an environment of positivity and support. Bailey's affectionate gestures, such as licking Aiden and staying close to him, became a source of joy and solace for both mother and son. Bailey turned out to be more than just a pet, surpassing Sarah's expectations with his brilliance. The Labrador developed an incredible knack for sensing when Aiden was in discomfort, barking to alert Sarah. His playful nature added a dose of joy to the household, responding to Aiden's giggles and antics with cheerful barks. Life at home became more relaxed, and Sarah found herself appreciating the unexpected ease that Bailey brought to their daily routines. Any initial hesitations she had about having a dog in the house transformed into gratitude for the joy and comfort Bailey brought into their lives. As time passed, Sarah began to see Aiden making progress in his recovery, and it was clear that Bailey played a big part in it. Whenever they played, Bailey would gently nudge him, encouraging him to stand up and move around the house. Even though Aiden faced physical limitations, his determination to pet the dog and play with him was unmistakable. Bailey's consistent encouragement motivated him to push beyond his limits, leading to a breakthrough. One day, while they were playing together, Aiden slowly lifted his left arm to pet his canine friend. Seeing her son move his left arm filled Sarah with immense joy. Tears streamed down her face as she hugged and kissed him, celebrating the emotional milestone. This touching moment represented progress and resilience, highlighting the powerful love and unique bond shared between a boy and his dog. But that wasn't the last miracle for this small family. In the days that followed, something truly amazing happened. Sarah couldn't believe the progress Aiden was making. Walking into their room one day, she saw a scene that astonished her. Her son leaning on Bailey for support as they moved around the room. The speed of his recovery exceeded all her expectations. Aiden had not only regained movement in his left hand, but also stood partially and managed to move his left leg. Emotions overwhelmed Sarah as she cried happily. As the days passed, Aiden's progress continued at an astonishing rate. The bond between him and Bailey became a driving force for recovery. In time, he regained his strength, moving from partial mobility to a complete recovery. The once desperate situation now seemed like a distant memory, replaced by the joyous sight of a boy and his faithful canine companion playing and exploring the world together. Sarah, overjoyed and puzzled by the immense power of the bond between human and pet, marveled at the resilience they had discovered. Despite failed therapy programs and medical treatments, the unbreakable connection between Aiden and Bailey had emerged as the ultimate remedy for his recovery. Desperate to have her hopes confirmed, Sarah took her son to the hospital for additional tests. The doctors, amazed by the progress, confirmed that Aiden was now fully recovered, no longer experiencing partial paralysis. The news spread through the hospital, leaving both medical professionals and staff astounded by the inexplicable connection between a child and his pet. The powerful bond between Bailey and Aiden became a topic of conversation. With her hopes restored and dreams for her son taking a positive turn, Sarah found joy in watching Bailey and Aiden play throughout the house, a scene that seemed unimaginable just weeks ago. The bond between them strengthened with each passing day, creating an environment of happiness and healing within their home. Driven by curiosity about Bailey's background, Sarah decided to delve deeper into his history. His well-trained demeanor and unique abilities to sense distress and form bonds easily intrigued her. Little did she know that her quest for information would uncover a surprising and extraordinary truth about the Labrador. As Sarah delved into Bailey's past, she uncovered a remarkable history that explained his extraordinary bond with Aiden. Bailey wasn't just an ordinary pet. He was a specially trained therapy dog with a background of assisting children with physical disabilities. His unique set of skills, honed through professional training, illuminated the source of his remarkable ability to sense Aiden's distress and provide the support needed for his recovery. Sarah, astonished by this revelation, realized that Bailey's training as a therapy dog was the missing piece of the puzzle. His intuitive understanding of Aiden's needs, combined with his training, played a pivotal role in the miraculous recovery. The bond between them went beyond the ordinary. It was a testament to the profound impact a well-trained therapy dog could have on the life of a child facing physical challenges. Bailey had become available for adoption after his previous owner, who had adopted him when her baby was born, tragically lost her life in a motor accident. Deeply connected to his late owner and her child, the dog mourned their loss, unable to contain his emotions even at their funeral. The staff at the animal shelter revealed to Sarah that Bailey had been consistently sad since then, not displaying the usual jovial demeanor seen in other dogs in the kennel. Worried about Bailey's prolonged stay at the shelter due to his grieving soul and melancholic demeanor, the staff faced difficulty finding a new home for him. Sarah learned that when she called the animal shelter seeking a companion and emotional support pet for her sick son, the staff instantly recognized Bailey as the ideal candidate. Having lost his previous owner and friend, who was about the same age as Aiden, they believed that meeting him would bring joy to Bailey, allowing him to transfer his love for his late friend to another boy who needed him. Learning about Bailey's challenging past brought Sarah to tears. Realizing that he had come a long way, starting as a special dog right from the beginning, deepened her appreciation for him. The bond between them grew even more precious as she reflected on how she had almost given up hope. She understood that the connection between pets and humans was truly priceless and powerful. As the days passed, Aiden continued to thrive, growing into a healthy and happy child with Bailey by his side. Bailey had become a cherished member of the family, and news of his heartwarming story spread throughout the city. The story prompted people with misconceptions about pet dogs to reconsider their views, recognizing that dogs truly are man's best friend. The story of Bailey and Aiden became a testament to the transformative power of love and companionship, challenging stereotypes and inspiring others to appreciate the special connections that can develop between humans and their pets. What an incredible story! If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please leave a comment below. See you in the next video.